Excuse me. Good morning. Excuse me. Good morning. Good morning. Excuse me. As soon as I press the live button, it's like my chest and throat just like took me out. I'm like, oh, okay, perfect timing. But good morning, you all. I hope that everyone has had a amazing start to their day. If you guys are just now getting up, come on, get on up. It is time to start your day and to start putting some things in place for a phenomenal finish to the week. It is Wednesday. So I just wanted to talk to you guys a little bit. For those of you who don't know, I am right in the middle of my femininity challenge. So I have some ladies that are enrolled in that. Some of them may be on now. But what I like to do at least once a week is to give kind of an accountability, right? So anytime you're doing anything fitness wise or anything that is out of the norm, whether it's fitness, some self-work things or whatever, which, you know, the femininity workshop or the femininity challenge incorporates all of those things. So specific things, mind, body, and spirit, different exercises that they're doing daily, as well as, you know, things like affirmations and some self-work as well, right? So I wanted to talk a little bit about staying the course, right? So when you first start something, whether it be something fitness wise or whatever you're doing, it could even be a job, right? There's always a sense of excitement. You know, you're starting something new. You're like, okay, you know, this is my time to do this. I'm going to transform my body. I'm going to lose all of this weight. I'm going to tighten up. I'm going to look great, right? And then after a week or so, then they kind of go, hold on, let me see. Hey. But then after a week or so, you start to notice that that energy behind it isn't as intense as it was when you first started, right? So this is where your discipline has to come in, okay? This is where the discipline has to come in, because you're not going to always feel like it. But when it comes to something that is making you better, right? Whether it be working out, whether it be eating better, whatever it is, you have to stay consistent or it doesn't work, okay? It's like a skin regimen. If you're using something on your skin, I remember way back when, I think I was like a teenager then, but I had some stuff going on with my skin, and I started using this product. And I was using this product, and I was just like, it was supposedly like this amazing, you know, thing. They had it all over the TV, all these amazing reviews. And I started using it, and I'm just like, this stuff isn't working. Like, I feel like it's making my skin worse. I felt like it was like, you know, I had more acne, and I couldn't understand, right? Well, over time, my skin did actually clear up. And what it was is it took my skin time to pull out all of the toxins, to pull out all of the bacteria, all of the icky stuff that was underneath the surface. So when I was when I was using it, I didn't understand that in order to make progress and in order to see the difference, there was a lot of cleaning up and diving deep that, you know, the product had to do to go inward and pull out this icky stuff to get it to get it to the surface so that it can ultimately improve my skin. Same thing that happens with anything else that we're doing, right? You have to stay consistent enough to be able to dive deep within yourself, right? And really change those habits from the inside out. And sometimes it may not look like it's working, or it may not look like it's happening fast enough, but the only way to see the results is to see it all the way through and stay consistent with it. Now, this is hard, right? Because it's like, we want to know when, right? We want to know when. When am I gonna drop some weight? When am I gonna see my body change? When am I gonna see my skin change? When am I gonna have this changed mind and mental whatever, right? But you don't get to put a timeline. The only thing that you can do is remain consistent and know that anytime that you don't do it, that you don't do your part, that you're setting yourself up to start over. All right? You're setting yourself up to have to go longer. So I can be like, hey, I'm in the gym every day this week. I'm going hard. Well, if next week I don't go, all of the work that I've done up until now, it just kind of cancels itself out, right? So you have to keep that in mind. And remember, even when that motivation leaves, that's where the discipline has to be, right? That's where the discipline to say, hey, it may be cold outside, but I have to get up and I have to go to the gym anyway. I'm living in Panama City, Panama right now. So it's literally hot year round. It's like, probably like 85 degrees now. But when I was in the States, in the cold, the winter, oh no, I did not like moving, let alone getting out of the house, right? But one thing that I learned about myself is that if I don't get up and go to the gym, it's not happening. It's not happening. Like, people do home workouts and things like that. Even with a home workout, I have to go do it in the gym because I know myself. I've been honest with myself enough to know that, hey, I'm going to have behind it if I don't go do it. Another awesome thing about the Feminine and Fit Challenge, there's the accountability there. Even now, I have a trainer. I'm an internationally certified personal trainer, flexibility coach, and stretch therapist. Hey, Roxy! Hi, baby. That's my girl. But even now, having all of these credentials, right? I know for myself, I have to go train with somebody else because it's not going to work. Even taking myself to the gym, having the mind to want to be better, I'm going to go in the gym, I'm going to set up an exercise, but that extra push that a trainer would give me or having somebody hold me accountable is just not going to be there. That's something that I know about myself, but I know that there's a goal that I'm trying to achieve. So I just put it in place. They're like, oh, wait, you're working with somebody else? You're paying somebody else? Yeah, I have to do what I have to do to get to the goal that I want. If it's accountability that I need, then I'm putting myself in the place to stay accountable. And that can even mean, having friends hold you accountable, signing up for a challenge like the Feminine and Fit Challenge, or any way that you can get what it is that you need. Some people don't need the accountability part. Some people just need to know what to do. Hey, I'm exercising. I need to know what to do because when I go to the gym and I don't know what to do, I just say screw it and I walk out. So you have to be able to be honest with yourself about who you are and the things that you're still working on. We all love to think that we are just, wonderful people and we're just awesome. And we are. However, you have to be honest with yourself about where you are and be intentional about growing, not only in certain areas like fitness, but making sure that you're taking the time to work on that mental health, that spiritual health as well, because they're all connected. They're literally all connected. I have been going back and forth, working on my body weight loss for years, back and forth. I lose some little weight, be looking good, and I gain it back. Same thing over and over and over again. It was the most freaking annoying thing ever. But when my life fully changed and when I was able to stay consistent with what I was doing long term, so it's not just, a event or a challenge or, hey, we're going to do this many miles or anything like that, but where my life really changed and I transformed my body for good is when I started doing things for my mental and spiritual as well. Okay? I had to say, what is it in me, right? So I always tell people this, right? So a lot of people, they'll say, well, God is in me, or I believe in God, and all of these things, right? Well, if you really do, there's a way that you interact in the world and a way that you change if you really believe that. Let me say it again. If I really believe that God lives in me, right? Because people say it all the time, when it's convenient for them a lot of times. But if I really believe that God, the creator of the universe, all of this stuff around us, if I really believe that he lives in me, there's a certain way that I'm going to walk in the world. There's a certain way that I'm going to interact in the world. It's a certain kindness that I'm going to show, right? But there's also a certain level of nonsense that I'm not going to take from anybody else, but definitely not from myself. If I believe that God lives in here, well, how dare me not take care of my body? You know, it doesn't mean that we're going to be perfect, but some stuff is just like blatantly disrespectful, right? If you believe that. Now, if you don't believe that, it's just like, well, you know, whatever, right? But it's one of those things where you have to hold yourself accountable to the things that you say. Because a lot of people will go out and be like, well, you know, I don't have to worry about that, or I don't have to do this because God lives in me, or whatever. But you walk in the world as if somebody else, not God, is living in there. And you don't take care of yourself as if the creator of the universe is residing in you, you know? And you do things and say things and interact with people in a way that isn't very, you know, godlike, right? And again, I'm not saying be perfect. I'm not saying most people full of, other stuff that's not God, right? But I'm not saying that you have to be perfect, but I'm just saying it is start to work on literally changing your mental to believe the things that you say about yourself. Let's say if I'm going through a situation and I'm feeling down and I'm just like, man, you know, my feelings are really hurt, right? Earlier in this week or this past weekend, I was really in my feelings. You know, my feelings got hurt. Realistic thing. Situation happened, and, you know, a lot of times our feelings get hurt when we're really trying, you know. If we just don't care about something, it is what it is. But when you're really trying and you're really trying to be a good person and do right by people and your feelings get hurt, that's a hard thing, right? But if I'm saying I believe that God resides in me and he lives in me, guess what I'm still doing? I'm still moving in love. I'm still expressing gratitude for the things around me. Everything may not be perfect, but God lives in me, right? And I'm taking the time, being intentional and going and saying, wow, you know, everything might not be perfect, but at least it's warm. Most people are like in the freezing cold right now, right? I hate being cold. So I'm taking gratitude. Hey, at least it is 85 degrees, you know? You know, some things are going on, but I'm so grateful that I have the ability of my limbs, that I can walk, that I can move, that I can, you know, go places, all of those things. And it may seem little, or like, especially when you're irritated or your feelings are hurt, it's kind of hard for you to go back and be like, oh, well, I'm thankful for the food in my refrigerator, or oh, I'm thankful for this, or thankful for that. But if you take the time and just like list them out, you know, I'm a big advocate for meditation. I do meditation every day, usually about 30 to 45 minutes a day, but a minimum, I'm saying if it's crazy busy day, I'm doing at least 10 minutes, right? But taking the time, even in your meditation, after your head is clear, right, to just think and meditate on the things that you're grateful for in your life, right? Because sometimes we're always on the rat race to get to the next accomplishment or do the next thing or get the next place or change our life, that we forget to enjoy the now. We forget to enjoy the moments, the little things. And so a couple of years ago, I found a vision board. So I haven't done a vision board, but I think I'm going to do one this year. But I found this vision board, and I had cut out the things in the magazines, put it all over. And it was tucked behind like a couch or something. And so I pulled it out and I looked at everything on the vision board, and every single thing on the vision board that I had put on there and said that I wanted to achieve or I wanted to do, I had done, right? And so in my head, I'm still in the rat race. I'm like, oh, I got to do this. I need to get here. I should be here. But I didn't take the time to be like, whoa, all of this stuff that I said that I wanted, that I said I desired, that I said I was working for, those things have been accomplished, right? So it's like, when are you going to say thankful? When are you going to say thank you? When are you going to express gratitude for, you know, God, the universe, but also for yourself for executing and getting things done? And, you know, sometimes the vision boards can seem cheesy or whatever, but sometimes it's work. Even if you just get a notebook and write down, hey, these are my goals. These are the things that I want to achieve, but not always just tangible things, right? Sometimes things mentally, hey, I want to be able to center myself and find a sense of peace in the midst of chaos, right? Hey, when my feelings are hurt, when I'm frustrated, when I'm overwhelmed, and I'm feeling like, what am I even doing this for? I want to be able to immediately find a sense of gratitude and genuinely be thankful for my life. They seem like minimal things, but it does, like, it makes a difference. It makes a difference in the world that you live in. It makes a difference in the way that you interact with people and the way that you treat yourself, right? But anyway, guys, so that was my spill for today. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. But just wanted to give you guys a little bit of accountability, but also, motivation this morning, and encourage you to enjoy your day by any means necessary, right? There's going to always be things that come. There's going to always be things that challenge us, but remaining consistent with being better, right? Remaining consistent to do the things that make us better, mind, body, and spirit. Even when the motivation isn't there, right? Even when we feel like we have every reason to be in a funk, have an attitude, be upset, it might not work immediately, but taking the time to say, hey, let me do the things necessary to at least attempt to make me, to get me in a better mood, right? Because it's like, how dare you have breath in your lungs and the ability to walk and talk and interact with people and not be grateful for it, right? So, all right. Well, you have another word suggestion for me then, Mr. Kuro Tiger? But yes. All right. So I will talk to you guys later. Have a phenomenal day. All right. Remember to keep your joy. Anytime, if something happens today, somebody talk discipline. Yeah, I like it. I like it better. If y'all run into any situations today, somebody give you a little, you feel a little ick for anything, remember this, okay? Show the God in you outwardly to other people, to yourself. Hold yourself accountable. Be disciplined. That's true. Motivation fades, but discipline has to be there even when the motivation leaves, right? That's a good one. I like that. All right, guys, have a phenomenal day. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace out.